Right. A bit sad. I was never able to complete and get all the Hypercube rewards in the previous Eternal Nightmare. Maybe I should go spend some money. Get me a little motivated to play the game every day. Huh.
Figures walking, going up like sparks. There, and I know a bunch of strangers looking for peace while the shadows linger. There's no voice but a silent whisper. No one can hear the cry of a drifter. So please, let's see the real face. Let's see the sweet light behind the mask of one. Yes, so please, let's call her real name. And maybe she'll hear our cry.
Days passing by, living this life, not knowing what we're looking for. Gray, souls are gray and there's no sky, but there's no home, there is no soar. I know somewhere there must be more.
Singing for no one, bittersweetness and days without sun. Be no shy, don't flee from the light, don't seek for embrace in the arms.
Alright, I'll give myself an hour.
So please,
I don't think I'll be able to do any writing today, after all. I'm too sick anyway. Gray. Walls are gray and there's no sky, but there's no home, there is no soar. I know somewhere there must be more.
Oh, are you here to see me, Chief? Feel free to take the time to look at the new supplies, too.
Buzzing on my face, see shadows stretching in the dark, long figures walking, going up like sparks. There, and I know a bunch of strangers looking for peace while the shadows linger. There's no
Hey, nice.
no one can hear the cry of a drifter. So please, let's see the real real face. Let's see the sweet lie behind the mask
So
of words.
high as the peak
Let's go
of the real me, and maybe show you
out of cry.
days passing by living this life, not knowing what we're looking for. Great was our grin, there's no sky, but there's no home, there is no shore. I know somewhere there must be more.
Basket singing for no one. Bittersweet nights and days with us. Be no shy, don't flee from the light. Don't seek for embrace in the arms of the night. So please, let's see the real face. Let's see the seed alive behind.
Warning, this video contains spoilers for each of the pieces of media I talk about. They're all notated as timestamps on the video play bar and in the description if you'd like to skip over any specific topic. With that out of the way, thank you, and enjoy the video. I am stronger than Kirby. Let's begin with the obvious. What am I on about? I don't have any special powers. Surely neither do you.
Leave.
We're all normal humans with varying but limited degrees of power and ability. If stacked head-to-head with someone like Kirby, Goku, or Superman, there's no contest. None of us can even reach the pedestal that these guys are on. Ignoring that none of these examples would ever hurt a civilian, any fair fight with forces this powerful would be to our downfall. I don't care what Batman v Superman would have you believe. However, there's a catch now, isn't there? While we could speculate on MMA fights ahead of time, expecting an inevitable outcome, there is no possibility of any of us fighting a character who simply isn't real. The answer of who would win is so obvious, nobody, because it's not possible, that no one would even bring it up. There's no reason to ruin the fun. Except, I love ruining the fun. There's nothing I do better, and you can't take that away from me. So that's it. You can't power scale you based on fictional characters because you can't interact with them, right? Wrong. I'd argue that the nature of media is the interactivity between us in the real world and the characters and narrative of a fictional or past world. Thus, when we read a Superman comic or watch the new episode of Dragon Ball, it's us peering into a space that we cannot ourselves occupy. It's this one-way communication that Denis Diderot considered the fourth wall. Simply put, there is a wall put between the actors of a play and the audience, that while invisible to us so that we can look upon the action, is impassable by the characters of the show. In modern times, the screen is an apt comparison for the fourth wall, as looking in through the camera we can see the full action, but the actors in films and TV cannot see back to us. This rule is perhaps also rather obvious once pointed out. The characters don't interact back, and also don't notice their onlookers. So, it might surprise you that for as long as this rule has been in place, even longer has the rule been to break it. It is argued that the origins of theater, and thus media as a whole, originate from ancient storytelling, with the theatrics and spectacle coming from religious or war rites. In these ancient forms of entertainment, there was little divide between the audience and the storyteller, as the storyteller would be addressing the audience directly. Much later on, the Greeks would develop the more recognizable Western style of theater that laid the basis for much of what would become standard practice for modern storytelling. In these plays, there was a divide between attending guests and the characters within the shows, but notably, between the scenes of acting were what was known as the chorus. The job of the chorus is to address the audience directly, take them in on inner thoughts the characters had not expressed, or to guide them on what emotions and lessons to take away from the experience. In this way, the fourth wall existed for the characters, but not for the chorus. Okay, So what does this have to do with characters and power scaling and how much control we have over fiction? Well, it all gets interesting when Shakespeare first enters the picture. Wait, please don't go. I know American schooling has ruined everyone on Shakespeare, but his stuff is really interesting and actually important.
I'm still
you
a
see,
professional.
Shakespeare arguably invented the fourth wall break as we know it. You see, as important as we consider the fourth wall to create the suspension of disbelief to maintain a close story, very rarely an author or playwright will decide to have the characters within the narrative address the audience directly. This is done in Shakespeare's work, A Midsummer Night's Dream, in which the character of Puck both interacts with the characters on stage as a character and to the audience as a sort of narrator.
Please stay close.
This was very similar to how the Greek chorus would interact with the audience, but unlike the chorus, Puck was not a mere spectator of the action. He was a part of it. So, with the fourth wall sufficiently malleable, how does this apply to us? Things really picked up when the video game, and more aptly, when the role-playing game was created. Now, instead of being a passive observer of this fictional world, we can actively participate in it, making decisions for the characters and controlling how the story plays out. This completely changes how you even consider the fourth wall, as now, even if there's no instance of a character addressing the player is always 1 foot within the four walls of this other world anyways. What happens then, when those characters see the presence of the interloper within their midst?
Interesting.
What
You're the
happens when
first
the
character
player
to
or
do this.
audience is directly involved in the narrative of the story? Well, that is where our true power is shown. Let's look at some examples of going beyond just a nod to the audience within a story. Let's start our journey by diving into non-video games with the Deadpool comic. Deadpool is a Marvel character very known for his many in-meta jokes and references to the outside real world. In-universe, it's explained as a sort of psychosis, where the voices in his head often tell him things he shouldn't know and give him glimpses into the nature of him being a comic book character, while arguably not holding as much meta-awareness or power over the narrative as some other characters in the universe. Deadpool manages to seemingly break free of all narrative restraints in the comic. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. In a very aptly named comic run, Deadpool's mind breaks, and a new voice in his head tells him the truth. He and everyone else he knows are characters in a comic book, and death doesn't have any real consequences. In fact, it usually just gets the character rebooted in another comic run. He used this knowledge to do exactly as the title implies and kill everyone. Though it's his last act
He's
that's
brain
most
dead.
interesting. At the end of the comic, he seemingly manages to escape the bounds of the comic strip, entering the real-world writing room of the Deadpool comic.
Let me be
His
clear.
next to mark,
If you
the
insist
writers
on
and
putting
readers
me on the
themselves.
battlefield,
What's interesting about
I
this
can't
is
be
that
held
not only is the
responsible if
character
anything
addressing
goes
the
awry.
audience, but that he has a clear antagonistic view of them. Instead of the typical antics of addressing the audience to tell a joke or to exposit information, knowing that there is a world outside of his own, this version of Deadpool only wishes us gone. Of course, all the credited authors of this comic are alive as well, and so are most of the original readers of said comic run, I'm sure. So what gives? Did Deadpool fail? The answer might come as a shock, but yes. Ultimately, Deadpool's threats were
Wow, okay.
because try as he might, he never actually broke free of the comic that
only
contained
a few
him.
shots.
His
and
supposed
it's over
freedom was
again.
yet another drawn page that the writers had planned out months in advance. So what does freedom entail? Well, this seems to be one of the narratives that the video game Delta Ring is trying to explore. Though we don't know the full details because as of this video's script being written, only the first 2 of 7 chapters of this game have been released. However, we can start to build a picture of what freedom means in a virtual world.
Burn.
There are 3 examples of characters trying to be free within a game, and none of them seem quite sane. The secret boss, Jeeble and Spamton, are the more obvious ones, with them both talking about the supposed freedom
Jeeble?
in their dialogue.
Who
before
calls
and after
him
being
that?
with neither of them seemingly able to obtain it. Well, kind of. You see, both characters do achieve their goal should you complete their quests, but neither one seems to end up in a good place by the end. In Chapter 1, Jeeble's freedom involves him being caged in a dark prison outside of view. In this case, as he describes, a lonely freedom entails being free from the narrative itself by being outside of the interactive light. As he is out of sight, he is also free to do anything he wants, but without any purpose and without any consequence. You see, if a tree falls in a forest with no one around, we can assume it did indeed make a sound. But if a tree falls in a purely digital forest and no one could witness it, then nothing truly happened at all, because it wasn't programmed into the story. In Chapter 2, Spamton seeks freedom by building a new body, but as it turns out, the body he's building has literal strings attached. Pumping it around, he can at least move and talk, but once the strings are cut and freedom is attained, well, the same thing that happens to all puppets without someone controlling them happens. Precisely nothing. The interesting thing about Spamton is that he seems to want the main character, Chris's soul, the very manifestation of player input, in order to get true freedom.
Whoa.
So what about our final character then, Chris himself? If the soul is needed for freedom, then what about the one character in the game with one? Well, they appear to not be doing so well. Throughout the game, we can see troubling accounts of how they're not acting as they usually do. And at night,
No need to come
when our
along.
guard is
I can
down,
handle it.
it seems that it's clear that this puppet can walk without strings. Though, strangely, we always rest control back in the
Oh,
end.
of course.
This
I
violent
thought the
act
enemies
asks
would
us some
spawn
disturbing
below
questions.
first.
What happens when the character we're controlling in a video game doesn't agree with everything we're doing? What happens when you take a character with its own history and narrative and control them to do what you want, like some kind of macabre ragdoll?
Ashes.
Well, that seems to be where Deltarune is going with its story. It turns out that there's no true freedom yet for the characters of the story. They're prisoners of the narrative, and the only time in which you can be free from it is when you're off screen and out of sight, like you don't even exist. Usually, we don't notice this because the player and the main character are nearly synonymous, but clearly something is wrong here. And nothing narrates this better than Deltarune and its predecessor, Undertale, with its bad routes. You see, both games make clear intent that the best way to solve conflict is by fixing the problem rather than fighting. The power of friendship and all that. Except, friendship in both games actually comes at the cost of power. By using mercy on enemies, you actually forego increasing your stats and or leveling up. It's only through fighting that you can achieve leveling and maxed out stats that are present in every turn-based RPG. So what happens when you do max out your stats? Well, it turns out you're gonna have a bad time.
Garofano doesn't feel burned. Why is she
That's right.
here?
Undertale's No Mercy route and Deltarune's Snowgrave route are built on
Hey,
killing as many
they
enemies
actually
as
call this
possible.
no mercy.
A usual
Good.
requirement for RPGs, but now you're being told what an injustice all that death really is. The real interesting stuff happens in regards to normally silent main characters, though. In Undertale, your main character, Frisk, is succeeded by a force known by the community as Kara, or Wilt, or Hero, or Sacrifice, or whatever you've named yourself in video games. That's not to cheap out on naming a pivotal character. While Kara is considered the first human child that fell, that's a whole other story for another time. What's important is that there's just another kid who's just kind of evil. They're also directly stated to be a sort of conduit for evil deeds by the player. Whenever you level up and feel good to see your stats improve, that's Kara. When you pick the mean option just to see what would happen, that's Kara. When you kill, that's Kara. In this sense, Kara is the more sinister side of what if that permeates any choice made in the game. In Deltarune, this is shown again in the Snowgrave route, where you command Chris's friend Noelle to kill every enemy in the Dark World.
Right, I don't
Normally
care about
possible when enemies run
Hespia,
into
although
enemies.
I do like
By
Ignis.
freezing every enemy, they're taken out permanently.
I'm
and
still
Noelle
technically
gets
in the
stronger.
middle of vertically
Noelle
investing a
actually
main
is the voice
team.
they heard these commands from. It's not Chris's.
I'm horizontally invested
These
enough.
routes, the will of the player supersedes
The new Reticle seems cool though, since she's brain dead to play.
These are your actions, not some character divorced from reality. These two routes make the point abundantly clear. You're the puppeteer, and your actions have dire consequences. But what happens then when these fictional characters fight back? If we have it in ourselves to massacre an entire world for no more malice than that of curiosity's sake, then surely it would be in these characters' best interest to fight back at the hands that take. This begins the premise of the SCP-001 proposal, the database, and its partner entry, SCP-5999. This is where I die. Now, the SCP Foundation is a series of short, or not so short, Jesus Christ, stories centered around a fictional extra-governmental organization called the SCP Foundation. The Foundation's goals are simple: secure, contain, and protect. Notably, in response to an endless number of anomalies, monsters, people, or objects, and events with paranormal properties that threaten the mundane, normal life we would all come to know. They house these entities best they can in numerous facilities and test sites around the world, and through any means necessary, keep the world safe. However, there's one such entity within the database of articles that's different from all the rest, and that is SCP-001. You see, there is no SCP-001. Or rather, there's no one entry. There are 12. Or so I thought. There's actually 52. I know this because I went back and I checked to see what the 12 were, and they turned out to be 52. I don't know how I got 12, but I'm keeping this in just so the records say that at one point there were 12 somehow. I swear. I don't know where they came from. I don't know how I counted that bad. Anyway, there are 12. Fuck. I didn't mean that. Damn it. There are 52. 52 potential anomalies assigned as the origin of the franchise. The first in the list, or in some cases, the end of the world. All with the potential to bear the weight of number 1. But among these is still a special entry. Shorter than most, and simpler, it is still a bombshell of a discovery even for the in-universe scientists used to the world-ending monstrosity that shifts how reality is viewed. The database proposal is to say, they found God, and it is us. In more words, the proposal states that the origins of the SCP universe is in fact the database itself, written and curated by horror authors all over a different world, our world, through the internet. So, what do you do when you're supposed to secure, contain, and protect the very world itself from its cruel and omniscient gods, all of whom seem to only be interested in creating new, horrifying experiences for fun? In fact, I took a look at the most recent SCP, and it is about a man who is deeply suffering from both trauma and physical injuries, who also causes death upon others. So that's what we're looking at here. That's the kind of writers we're dealing with. The solution is simple. We need to root out the problem. This is where SCP-5999 comes into play. Let's set the scene, shall we?
Oh yeah, she deals magic damage. Holy shit. Anyway, this update is a little sad for me because this was supposed to be the time when the JoJo collab would have hit in global, but it doesn't seem like we're getting Jolene. We're just going straight to Hestia. I thought I had more time to complete Eternal Nightmare, but here I am.
SCP-5999 begins with Chapter 1. Albright Manor is the location of the annual event known as Procedure Sevenfold. 7 people, seemingly random, are all brought together in Albright Manor on October 30th. Each is sedated and awoken at midnight the following night. The chains on the door remain taut, holding all those inside, and cameras are set up so the events can be monitored by a few SCP personnel. They are not told of the proceedings. By sunrise, all participants and all witnesses are dead. A cleanup crew is needed to retrieve and dispose of all the bodies with the incinerator on property, to which noise-canceling headphones are required. All personnel are told to beware a certain phrase found within the manor, scrawled along its walls and among the documents pertaining to it. The phrase is, "This is where I died." Chapter 2. A Jacqueline Hallcroft was found dead and dismembered by 6 unknown assailants on June 6, 2006.
I'll continue watching later when I do Etrian Odyssey.
Warning! Monitoring Station 1 of the Broken Frontline has been attacked. I repeat, Monitoring Station of the Broken Frontline has been attacked! The nature of the attack is unclear, but all lighting equipment is failing. We can't see anything! We're hearing noise. Scary noise! Please send reinforcements! Darkness. We can't find the way. Can't get out. Going to be trapped here forever. My leg! My leg! It should have recovered. How come I can't stand up anymore?
My leg!
Why? In this place? But they already died when...
There are too many of them. We can't win. Go away. Ah! Ah!
Cool. Guess we gotta do something about it, huh? Should I head to the front line? Shalom is still technically with us. She was already boring to begin with. So it's fine that she's just this diamond thing now. Forget the fact that Shorl is highly intelligent, how the fuck does it float? No, I'm supposed to voice act. Well, Paradisos. No, that man you represent accept this proposal? I didn't realize I was talking. Anyway, it is 114 now. So canonically, this story has been going on for a year now. Since the game started in 113. Or was it 112? I don't actually know. Where am I? Monitoring Station 1? No, that's not right. So is this a dream? Has the illusory moon captured me again? Did we fucking sleepwalk into the fucking this sea? Amazing. We can't escape. Looks like the only choice I've ever had is to face it. Where should I go? Stay cautious and be aware of the situation. I'm here to seek the truth, not to step into a trap. Let's do this. I do believe this will be a two-parter for me. I don't really have the time, nor do I have the energy to binge through this entire thing. That's him again. I don't want to hear it. Just shut up. Be a man.
So dark. Can't see.
Can't touch him. Is it because the DC has only captured my mind? Yeah, sleeping is a bad idea. It was in our dream that the first two fucking eternal nightmares happened. I mean, that's why they're called eternal nightmares.
Can't go back.
Is someone there? I'm the captain of Squad G83. Did you follow this flame here too?
I
got
guess.
separated from my squad and sustained some light injury. But luckily I found this camp. There are medical supplies here. I'm looking for a splint. Hold on for a second. We'll retreat together.
Thanks.
You're the MBCC's chief. Why are you here? Have they sent reinforcements?
Oh, you're not an illusion. You're actually from the present. And you're real? Anyway.
Hold on. Where are your subordinates? And the guards? You shouldn't have come here. It's too dangerous here. I'll escort you out right away.
No. That's impossible, I'm afraid. Keep going in this direction and you can leave the mutated area. As for me, I have to look into something. Don't worry, I'll be fine.
Then I'll go with you. I'll be ready as soon as I find a splint. Please give me a sec.
That won't be necessary. I'm pressed for time and I should be back soon if nothing unexpected comes up. So don't worry about me.
Then I'll wait here for you. Please return as soon as you finish your investigation, and I'll escort you out.
Thank you. Alright. Come back as soon as I can. Is it just me or is it getting darker?
Wait! I don't know what your mission is or why it's worth risking your safety, but take care. And good luck.
Yeah, thanks. These'll be useful. Question mark. Eternal nightmares filled with stupid anti-plot armor bullshit though. People were actually theorizing that the next character to show up would be I forgot his name, but he's technically the hero of Syndicate since he's like among everyone in the crew, he's like the only person that managed to make it out alive. Nope, we've got another crew member still. I mean, it doesn't really make sense for him to show up anyway, because again, he was the only one that made it out alive. I was captured by the Disc in my dream. Sure. Dun dun dun. Da-da-dun dun dun dun. Da-da-dun dun dun. Da-da-dun dun dun.
There is nothing to fear. I'm here to show you the way.
No need to come along. I can handle it.
I should be fine. I've got this. Let me use it. Please, how do I... There you go. Holy shit, what the hell? It gives healing, so that's useful. Should be fine to 2 times the first few fights.
to ashes!
This is the guidance of the flames.
Lucky Frick.
It wasn't that scary after all.
I guess it's pretty fitting that the burning characters, the burning related stuff is the sun. Although it doesn't really feel all that fitting, because that's a surface level interpretation of the sun, you know? Really, that sounds worthless. And there we go. And the other guy exists and gives money. That's worthless. Thank you. Why do I not lose sand from moving? Ah! I need something to deal with insects. What are you? You can fly. You look like a cockroach. You're fast too. You tried to suck my blood. What the fuck am I supposed to do against you right now? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna ask to buy those stupid bullshit later. He added more sound effects. More sinners, please. What happened? Why am I back? Is something wrong with my memory? Could it be I haven't woken up? I see. So I'll always end up back here. I know how to handle it. But there's something I must do. What? Only be used twice per battle.
No need to come along. I can handle it.
I can actually use all of them. That's nice.
This is the guidance of the flames.
And I should have placed them behind. I knew the enemies would fucking sneak up behind me and shit.
Ashes! Burn to ashes!
This is the guidance of the flame. This is the guidance of the flames.
This way the mentor will be proud of me too, right?
Why would I want to go through these other battles? Doesn't seem worth it. Getting Ignis would be nice. Fire and ice.
If possible, I'd like to stay in the kitchen. Prefer...
Dun 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 dun.
No need to come along.
Are you sure you want to leave this to me?
Whoa, look at her go.
Burn to ashes! Burn to ashes!
Please don't come over here.
Alright, so leveling up the crime brand gives it more uses.
This is the guidance of the flames. This is the guidance of the flame.
Burn to ashes! Burn to ashes! Please don't come over here.
This is the guidance of the flames.
We survived, thanks to everyone's efforts.
What? Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
Die, monster! Yeah! No, no, no! Stay away from me!
There she is. How the hell did she join this expedition?
No! Get away, monster! If you dare come a step closer, I'll...
I'm not a monster. I'm a human, just like you. Take a good look at me with the light, okay?
You're covered in red spikes! You're a monster! Back off! Don't talk to me! I won't fall for your trap! I can see. Even if you're cloaked in human skin and speak the human language, I can tell. The holy fire will guide me. I'm not blind. The holy fire will purify you, and the pyromater will punish you. I'm not afraid of you. I have people coming to help me. They're all elite scientists who know how best to deal with you. They'll be here soon. I'm their important guide. If anything happens to me, you're done for. We clear? So go away and grovel back to your own god. Stop bothering me. Back off!
Wow, she's trapped in her own fantasy. I mean, I get that this place is already pretty insane, but I feel like most of her insanity is self-inflicted right now.
No! No! I don't want to die here! Captain! Helen! Where are you? Help me!
I won't come any closer without your permission. I just want to talk to you.
Go away!
Are the red spikes still there?
Where did you hide those spikes of light? Are you a shapeshifter?
Maybe. This is how I've always looked. Those spikes are just a weapon I use for self-defense. Just like you need a torch, I need something to protect myself too. But we're not enemies. I'm not going to hurt you, so I've put it away. If you promise not to hit me with the torch again, I'll give you back your weapon so you can feel safe. Okay? Just now, you said you have companions? Where are they? Did you get separated from them?
Like I'll tell you.
Fair enough. I'm also looking for some friends. Team of scholars. It consists of a calm, knowledgeable girl who loves stargazing, another who loves to laugh and knows a lot about biology, and a mechanic who may not talk much but is in fact very kind. They're all very nice people and brilliant scientists. They should be around here too.
Treya, Marguerite, and Vanilla.
Right on the money. Just like you, I'm looking for them too. If you're a guide, can you show me the way?
Are you also part of the expedition?
You could say
But
that.
I've never heard your voice. I've never heard your voice, but somehow I recognize you. You feel familiar, just like everyone else.
How can she see the spikes? So is she actually blind or what? Partial blindness?
How strange. How could I mistake you for a monster? It never happened with anyone else on the team before. I'm so sorry. I can't see very well. And being here all alone for far too long really made me paranoid. I hope I didn't hurt you.
Well, blindness is a spectrum, much like color blindness. It could just be partial blindness on her side.
Don't worry. I'm just too happy. So happy. Ever since splitting up with you guys, I've been terrified. It's so dark here, and monsters are everywhere. I'm so scared. In my dreams, bad things often happen to you guys, so you can never return. But thankfully, you...
Where'd that cockroach go? It's definitely not a cockroach. It's tinier than the usual size of a cockroach for one. And it bit me.
You're still alive.
Tried to suck my blood. Cockroaches don't do that. The one that hangs out in the kitchen is usually pretty chill. And again, not a lot bigger. Shh. Stop crying. You're fine now. I found you. And I'll protect you. You're a member of the expedition too, right? I'm often out on missions. I don't think we've met before. What's your name?
I'm Hestia. What about you? I must remember your name and your face, so I won't make the same mistake again.
Call me...
This earring...
My earring again?
It's you? You little punk! Are you playing me for a fool?
What? Wait! Ow! I know. I made primary contact with some people. If I can go back, I should be able to get useful information. I understand. I'm aware of the situation. Next time, I won't fall for that again. I haven't been able to get any... Oh my god, malaria! It's a good thing I'm primarily doing magic.
Why did it take you so long to wake up?
Ah, it's just a lizard this time. You guys are actually chill. Fortunately, I'm a big monster for them.
You passed out for a long time. I tried and tried and couldn't wake you up. You freaked me out.
You hit me in the head.
Nonsense. How could I knock you out with your thick skin? Besides, you tricked me first. You changed your voice and pretended to be an adult. Think you could fool me just like that because I can't see? Nasty little punk. I'll tell the captain about this when we get back.
Fine. Who the hell are we now? Huh. Is it possible the chief genuinely is just another survivor? I mean, it would make a lot of sense. That we have a deeper connection than we might know. You know how to get back to the expedition?
What get back? Just wait here. Listen, little punk. I know we barely talked before, but now that we decided to stick together, let's get a few things straight. I'm Hestia, the priestess of Storetown, the oracle of the Pyromater, and the prophet of Nightfall. I have 200 followers under me, and more importantly, a pair of eyes that can see through darkness.
Okay.
Never fooled by illusions, they allow me to see the truth in darkness. God has guided me here to enlighten the lost lambs, and it's your expedition who asked me to stay and provide assistance.
How did that happen?
Got it? I'm your guide, so treat me with respect and trust. Heed the priestess's advice, for only I can lead you out of this forbidden land alive.
Okay.
Keep that in mind. Monsters lurk everywhere except this spot. We're safe here. I've set up an alarm with bells. Stay near the magic circle, and nothing will happen to you. Don't run around, and keep your voice down. Too much noise will attract them. I still have plenty of food here. Enough to last until they come for you. So, who were you with? How did you get separated from them?
I came to find you.
What?
No other adults are coming. You have to go find them ourselves.
Stop talking nonsense. Even adults may not be able to take down the monsters around here. What can 2 kids do? We'll be eaten alive the moment we step out.
Aren't you a powerful priestess? Use your magic circle. Get rid of the monsters.
The priestess is not adept at combat. I can only guide the way, leading you away from danger. This forbidden land is governed by the most atrocious deity. Those who do not heed the oracle will surely be...
Do the scholars believe what you say?
What? Don't they also call you guide? You're even younger than me, yet you always lead everyone around with your gibberish. If they can believe you, why can't they believe me too? The Pyromater sect of Storetown is well known in the deserts. I have followers everywhere. Do you think you can convince every one of them I'm a liar?
White Sands. Again, how the hell did she get into this expedition?
I have already informed the captain of the situation. The priestess has accompanied you guys on your journey for too long. I must rest. That's why I stayed behind to wait for the expedition's return.
Okay.
Such a safe hideout is hard to come by around here, so don't wander off. Stay here and wait for the adults to get us. I'd rather it be anyone else but this little punk. What a nuisance.
Don't talk as if I'm not here. Since it's safe here, you should stay.
Huh?
I can protect myself. That red light you were so afraid of is my weapon. It's got me covered. I came all the way here with its help. I'll have no problem carrying on. Since I'm a guide too, I should find my own way out.
Hey, you! Wait! Wait a second! I'll go with you. You're too reckless. I must keep an eye on you so you don't die and make everyone sad.
Okay. If you're really that scared.
I am not scared!
Right. Let's save there. And we'll continue tomorrow. Oh, they just increase the amount of rewards you can get rather than reset. I see.
Hello. Hello. I know it. My real voice only returns when I'm with you.
Streets, now an empty.
Please stay closer to me, Chief.